Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning into my video blog. Today's portion is just going to be directed towards young adults. I've been talking a little bit about things that I could share with young adults, things that I wish I had known before, things I know now, I wish I had known then. And so I started a series on my blog website as well as with Facebook called Diamonds and Pearls, which many of you have heard me talk a little bit about. And so I was at work and I had a client. Many of you know that I'm a therapist by trade. So I had a client, and one of the things that I have spoken with this particular client about, and with other people, not just in the field of therapy, was about the fact that they made decisions as teenagers that they wish they hadn't made, that they are now suffering the consequences for later. So as a result, I've been talking a little bit, well, not even a little bit, but a lot about this to other young adults. And so with that said, one of the things that I want to share with you as a diamond and as a pearl is to make sure that you're making decisions that you will not regret when you're much older. One of the most common things that I hear, and not just as a therapist, but even as I mentor or counsel others outside of my job, is that they've decided to get a piercing or a tattoo when they were very, very, very young. And now that they're much older, or not even much older, but just hit a stage in their maturity where they've realized that these are situations that they were in and that they made decisions in that has kind of hindered a particular area in their life. And so it's not to say that someone that has tattoos or piercings or whatever is not a good person or they're not competent or anything like that. So please do not inbox me saying that I was judging you for tattoos or piercings or anything of the like. That is not what I'm saying. Please hear what I'm actually saying. What I'm talking about is the decision to get something so permanent when you were in a temporary situation. I just used the example of a tattoo and a piercing, but there are so many other common situations, whether that is to get married, whether that is to open up credit cards. I've been there. I can only talk about myself very well. However, I know that there are many other situations, but the credit card thing I have a personal, dislike for, because when I turned 18, like every credit card company seemed like came after me. And I accepted every credit card out there. I had like 5 credit cards when I was 18. I maxed them all out. And then when I got a bill, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to pay for this? Like, I'm supposed to pay y'all back? Y'all knew I didn't have a job when you sent me a credit card. Yeah, probably still not a good response. However, I took responsibility for my actions and I paid off every single last one of them when I was probably about 25. I paid off all of my credit cards because I needed to clean up the mess that I had essentially made when I was 18. Because whether we realize it or not, those things, are things that keep us from certain things. Even now, at my age now, there are certain situations that I've been in where they will bring up the fact that I had a credit card that I didn't pay and forget that I actually paid it off. So I just kind of want to encourage you, when you're making decisions, make decisions that will not affect you greatly or negatively later. When you have a big decision to make, sit down and first of all get some wise counsel. Speak with someone who has a little bit more maturity in the situation than you do. Speak with someone who has your best interest at heart. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Make sure that when you're getting counsel or advice or wisdom from someone, that it is based solely on godly wisdom and not someone's opinions. Make sure that it is something that lines up, and it's not something that they're just kind of saying based on their own experience that was kind of negative. Because sometimes we tend to steer people in directions because something bad happened, to one of us. But make sure that when you're getting counsel, or when you yourself are in a situation to give counsel, that it is godly counsel. So I just want to encourage you, whatever the actual decision it is, whether it is to go to school, whether it is to change your career, whether it is to get married, whether it is to buy a house, to start a family, whatever it is, make sure that it is a decision that you can live with later, that you don't have to find yourself trying to clean up after some years later. All right, guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a pleasant rest of the day. Bye.